This is the Oscillating Spindle Sander. We're going to talk about it today, how to use it safely, how to make sure you got the dust collector on, the direction of rotation, how to reinstall new sanding drums to it. Always want to make sure that I have a pair of safety glasses on before I begin. On-off switch. This is one of the drums. You can tell it's been used at one side. We'd want to face it down this way so that we can use this side that hasn't been used yet. Then the washers are over here. To find the one that fits, and that's how it will be installed. We're going to show that in a minute. You also would need to find one of these that fits. It's a spacer for the table. If you follow the tube from the machine, you can tell which blast gate to open. This is for opening paint cans, but it works perfectly for lifting this out because my fingers don't fit into these grooves. The nut is a righty-loosey, lefty-tighty, meaning that you have to turn it clockwise to get it off. It's the only thing in here that will be that way. Everything else would be the opposite, which is the one that you've learned, righty-tighty. I'm going to take this washer, put it back with the washers, and pick the correct one that I need for the drum that I'm going to choose. I'm going to remove the drum, put it away. This will go into position. This isn't going to fit, you can tell, so I need the one that's going to fit and take up the proper space. Washer goes on, lefty tighty. Snug this down, put this one away, and we're ready to sand. These pencil lines show you where I wanted to cut. I would go and I would cut first, as close as I could get, so that when I do my sanding, I don't have as much sanding to do. Sanding drum, being circular, is meant for inside curves or piercings like this one. It's not as good trying to do a straight or an outside curve. We would use a different sander for that purpose. So let's start with the piercing one. If I put this on here and I just turn this on willy-nilly, it's probably going to take off on me going like this around the machine. So you have to make sure you hold it firmly so it doesn't grab. I'm going to attempt to show you what happens if you let go and it catches. I've had several students do this and it freaks them out a lot, so I want you to see what can happen. Makes a lot of noise and it's kind of scary, so you have to make sure you hold it firmly so it doesn't grab. I'm going to turn it on. We don't have the dust control on so that you can hear properly. Normally this would all be done with the dust control on, but I would do it until I feel the smoothness and I don't feel any waves in it. Same thing for an inside curve like this. See, I've taken it all the way up to the line and I don't feel any ripples in it. That's a job well done. When you control your speed and you don't go too fast or too slow so that it'll sand without leaving those. Without the dust control on, you can see how much dust we've already created here that didn't go down into the machine. So you always want to have the dust control on. And when you have the dust control on for any of the sanders, you want to go around the shop and close as many gates as you can get away with closing. One of the common mistakes made, we're going to take this off righty-loosey as usual. I'm going to pull off the washer. I'm going to take off the drum. So let's say you need this small one. You get it installed, and you are just too lazy to change the table insert. So now you have a situation where you can easily get pinched. With this machine running, if my fingers fall down in here, or if your project falls into here, it's going to pinch. You can see how I could get pinched that way. So you don't ever want to do this. You want to pull this off here and find the small one that you need to fit back in place. That's the correct way to do it. You'll also notice in this shot that I've got this spacer here. It's small enough that it can't put pressure to pull up on this. If this were any larger, it would hit this as it comes up and it would keep dislodging this. But that keeps you sanding clear to the bottom of your drums, each drum.